Hello and welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is the show for all things beauty, business, and community with your host, Inez and Chiquita. Keeping it raw, real, and unfiltered.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello there, lady.
How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Some fun stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl?
You know what today is
Quit
going to be all about?
Stop it. What's it going to be about, girl?
It's all about party planning.
Hey.
Woohoo!
One of my other skills that are hidden skills underneath it all.
Yes, because I need to learn how to do all this because I'm not the best party planner. And
I've noticed.
My patience is very thin with all this setup and organizing type events. So I want to get your expertise because you know all and be all and do all that fun stuff.
Whatever.
You the one set up all our stuff in our studio. So, I just wanted to kind of spread your wealth of knowledge to our listeners.
I appreciate it.
And
cool.
stuff. So tell us and tell the listeners, and everybody, the Inez type of version of party planning on a budget. What is it? Balling on a budget.
Balling on a budget. Yeah, it's funny. So basically, the reason we're even talking about this is because, we got so much going on and events and things that we're trying to plan. And so we're on a pretty tight budget. And for me, I don't like to do things unless it looks amazing, right? If for all that, don't do it. If you're going to do things half-assed, don't do it. And I realized I had a niche for it really young. Younger, a couple of my cousins got married. They're like, hey, could you help? Could you do this? And it was just really something. So I got into it a little bit, but then I realized I wanted to choke clients and people because you tell them what you need or they got a budget and then they want you to do miracles with a budget. Yes, I can. There's only so much I could do with what you're giving me. So you got to compromise and do whatever. Yeah. So make a long story short, my daughter was turning 15 and, in the Latino community, we do a quinceañera. So I had a really strict, tight budget. Okay. And she wanted a Hollywood, old Hollywood themed party. Oh, and I was like, nice. Okay, yes. And I was like, how the hell am I going to do this on this type of budget? So basically, a lot of it I did on my own, like DIY, do it yourself. Yeah. And then I implored people, my friends and people to help me with doing a lot of that. And then I did a lot of bargain shopping. Okay, a lot of bargain shopping. And Pinterest, I have to tell y'all, Pinterest is the shit.
I've heard a lot of people doing it.
Pinterest is the shit. They have a lot of things, but you can make your own version of it on your own budget on it.
Nice.
So long story short, my daughter came in. The birthday party was amazing. She got everything she wanted. She had a photo booth. We had it in a hotel. We had a roulette table. Ooh. We had a step and repeat. There was all kinds of things. The step and repeat was a gift, which really kind of helped in. But at the end of the day, we had red carpet. But at the end of the day, I think I only went over my budget by $1,000, which was not bad.
Okay.
But that was a choice I made. Yeah. But that included everything: her dress, food. Food, alcohol, everything. So with us trying to do these events and these things that we wanted, you were like, hey, how can you make it happen? Well, it's really basic. Have a budget and stick to your budget.
I agree.
Do a vision board. Okay. Do a vision board of what it is that you want your party to look like, what it is that you want it to appear at and see. Okay. Once you do that, go in and research how much does it cost to do something like, you want a vision, you have a vision. Let's say you want to do,
like gift bags or something.
Gift bags, or you want to do, okay. So what kind of, first you have to figure out what is your theme? That's the main thing.
Okay.
Depending on your theme, if we're doing, I'm a theme girl. I love a good theme. Like, hey, we're having a theme. All right, because then it keeps me focused in that theme and then finding ways to make it come to life.
Okay.
Definitely. And then, so you have a theme, like, example, like like a little example here is like, you have a theme and it's like a 50s or like a 70s party, right? Okay. Like you're saying, okay, it's a 70s party. You do a vision board of what you want your 70s party to look like. You want like a disco light, you want lights, you want this, you want that. The only three things that you cannot really cut on and make sure a lot of your budget's going to go to is your venue, your food, and your alcohol. If you're going to have, food and drinks, okay?
That's true.
Those those are the main three things: food, venue, and once you have that, everything else you can kind of follow. So you say, oh, okay, everybody, you wanted theme, so everybody dresses up, but she's like, ooh, I want it to look like a 70s disco party. So look up party places that do rentals. Compare prices. A lot of times I would call and say, yo, I found this place that'll give it to me for this, but I want to use you. Can I get the same price?
Oh, that's a good idea.
They'll be like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
If you don't talk or finagle, they're not going to, do it.
Negotiate.
Bulk buy. Bulk.
Okay.
There's a lot of places that'll sell wholesale or will sell, a lot. Or if you go, let's say we'll go to downtown.
Yeah.
Right. And downtown has 50 million. You tell them I'm buying 20 of these. How much are you going to give me for 20? I'm not, they're $5 each. I'm buying 20. I don't want them at $5 each.
That's
right.
A good idea.
And a lot of times I'm going to say 90%. And if you have cash, people will give you what you want for
right
cash.
Then and there.
Right then and there, cash. Make sure you have a good team. Like if you have some good friends or whatever, try to make your we made my the centerpieces. I wanted the super elaborate centerpiece, and it was out of my budget to do. So I found another way to make the same thing, but just a different version of it, but to look good. And it looked great. People were like, what the hell? This is amazing. They didn't know what it was, but it was one of those things. So you got to find different ways to make things and kind of make it happen and work it out.
Okay. I know that we have a couple things going on for ourselves, and you're kind of overseeing that. We have an event going on really soon, probably around like April or something, April or May.
May, we're saying some more May.
I'm
May-ish.
leaving all this in your hands.
It's May.
In May and stuff. So it's basically going to be kind of a little...
Well, yeah, so here's our thing. We're playing our little, we're starting our online retail with all our Moscato and Tea merchandise and so forth. So we're going to do a launch party for that, which I am doing on top of everything else, but it's fine because I already have a vision. I know what I know what I want, what we're trying to convey and what it is. So with me working on that, I found a couple of things, I've done things, and then there's something I really like that's out of our budget. I'm going to find a way to figure it and how to do something similar with it, within our budget.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's not how much money you spend, it's how you present it.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so something that might cost, I could do something that somebody's doing at 100. Like here's prime example. I went to 50 million bakeries to ask about cupcakes. Okay. Everybody wanted to charge a ton of money for some damn cupcakes. Well, guess what I went? I went to Ralph's. They had got a damn bakery. I said, how much do you charge for cupcakes?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's $15.99 for a dozen cupcakes.
Yeah.
Can I choose my color frosting? Can I do this? They're like, yeah, you could do whatever you want. So I went from spending like
$100 and something.
$100 and something dollars. No, or it was close to. It was going to cost me like $500 just for cupcakes.
Oh no!
Just for cupcakes. I went to Ralph's and got me. They tasted just as good. I got the colors that I wanted, and I spent like less than $100. So
perfect.
There you go. But nobody knew I got them from Ralph's.
No, it did.
And the way I displayed them, you thought I got it from the most expensive bakery. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to figure out. Yeah, no, these ones we got. Yeah. These are, these are fabulous. Fabulous. But also, if you can work with somebody and see and say, hey, I'm on a budget. A lot of times, I bought a bunch of cupcakes, but then I got a baker to bake her a cake. On top of the cake, I spent $100 and something on that. But at the end of the day, it made it look expensive. So it's like when you're dressing yourself, you got expensive shoes, you could wear a cheap dress. You're wearing an expensive, you could wear cheap shoes because it balances out. It's the same thing with party planning.
Yeah, no, big time. I think a lot of people kind of overthink it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just end up going over budget because you have to have the Gucci and the Versace and all this.
And I'm saying DJ, I'm already thinking live band. I'm already thinking all kinds of different things, be able to do it in our budget. But I'm like, okay, do we do one or the other? Yeah. Can we do both?
Yeah.
How can I make it happen?
Especially if you find local artists,
absolutely,
up and coming artists or a local small business up and coming.
And that's
they love the support.
Thing. Look locally, talk to somebody and say, hey, I'm having a party. I could, you could come in. We'll display your cards everywhere. People are going to ask, communicate and make it so that way when you are planning your party, it's good. I mean, again, my kid always says to me, I'm over the top in every way. I'll be like, well, let's do a little small, even you. I'll be like, okay, well, you're like, what? You're like, bitch, you can't. I was like, it was in our budget. And she goes, but you can't tell that it was in our budget. But I do my research. I look, I like expensive things. I was like, well, shit, I like that, but I can't afford that. How can I get it in this, in this manner? So, with all of our, same with our, even our swag bags that we give, we give our clients, our guests
that come in.
Clients. Girl, I'm in client mode because I do that during holidays and stuff. I give bags. But, I found somebody local to be able to do what we needed to do. Amazing.
And he's going to be on the show.
We'll have him on here soon. Does a good ass job, brand new business. I'm promoting him. He's promoting us. It's just one of those things that has become a very good.
Yes.
And I can count him. I could email him and say, can I have it? He'll be like, dude, I can have it for you today.
That's perfect.
Building that relationship, especially if you're going to be doing parties the way I know we're still going to be doing parties and things like that. So, and by the way, I did find us a couple of venues.
Okay.
Girl, because you already know I'm not telling my vision, but you know my vision and what I got planned.
Yeah, I know nothing. She has told me nothing. She is.
I told you just a little.
I'm very excited. Very excited. We're going to have all our guests come back and. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's definitely we're going to do. That's probably when we'll probably go a little live too.
Yeah.
Just so
record
that way
it while we're there.
Yeah. So that way people who aren't, who listen to us that aren't in the area can definitely
big time
feel a part of the festivities.
I know. Have we decided? Are we going to do like an Evite, or are we going to do like a RSV, or like an email or mass text type of thing? Have we decided that?
Basically, this is
what's the easiest.
Well, this is what I want for
because I need people to RSVP.
I know. So this is for our VIP, which everybody's VIP, but there's a certain group of VIP. We're going to do hand invitations.
Oh,
okay,
I didn't know this.
Yes, we are.
Okay,
don't worry, I already got. And then after that, we're going to probably do like Eventbrite and let people know, hey, this is our event. Go through Eventbrite and just RSVP, even if you don't, show. But at least we could have a pretty much a good head count and whatever. And here's another thing: whatever your head count is, you double that. Okay. So if you're expecting 50, you expect 100.
Yeah.
You're expecting 100, you do for 200. That's because 90% of the time nobody's coming by themselves.
That's true.
They're going to bring one or two people. Yeah. So you always have to over count, and it's always better to have enough food and drink than people talk shit and say, I went to that event and they didn't have nothing.
Are we doing open bar? Like, what are we going to do about the alcohol?
Oh yeah,
because that's my priority. I got to make sure.
Yeah, don't you worry. I'm working on that. I'm working on the alcohol situation right now, and what we're going to do with that. But and same with the food. Like those are my three main things: are the venue, the food, everything else, decorations, everything else
come together.
It'll come together. But really the venue, the food, and the alcohol, the beverages is what I'm working at. But yeah, like definitely Pinterest has been a very big help with just. Because you get so many ideas, you have to like focus it and bring it down.
Yeah.
And that can be very overwhelming. People are like, oh my God, I don't know. It's like, no. Even myself, I go on tangents and I go, oh my God, I could do it.
I've heard people spend hours on Pinterest.
Yeah, like focus, girl, focus. Like bring it down to here. What is it that you're trying to convey with this, this launch and this party? And I'm like, okay. But even when I do stuff for my salon, you do events and parties, swag bags and gift bags. Yeah. You just kind of, it's like when you're a little kid and you went to a little birthday party and they have a gift bag. And may I please tell everyone, the 99-cent store and the Dollar Tree are amazing to find shit you need.
I've heard.
Like, honestly?
Yeah. You can get a lot.
You could get a lot from there.
And people won't even know it.
Not a damn, they won't have a damn clue.
Yeah.
Because I'll do things and people are like, where are you? I was like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm giving away one of my secrets, but that's.
It's okay.
That, Michael's.
Yeah.
The craft store. You can't believe what you can get and do at the craft store.
That's true.
Especially when they're having sales. And you could, sometimes they have like a 50% off of one. Dude, you could do all kinds of stuff. A lot.
No, I believe it. It's crazy. Yeah, so we got a lot going on. We got the merchandise coming out soon because it was supposed to drop in January, but we both been sick and had a lot going on and stuff like that. But then we also have our digital media kit coming out soon. We got to get our photo shoot and all that stuff set up for that. So that'll be out soon. And then we have the party going on. Oh my God. This literally has started with a small little
when we're in
conversation.
February.
And now we got all this craziness going on. You know, we still